It's time for St. Lucia Magazine, your monthly wrap-up.
Hello and welcome to St. Lucia Magazine, a weekly news program bringing you updates on key developments across government sectors. I am your host, Petula Olibert. In this week's highlights, the Prime Minister outlined infrastructural plans for the year in the 2025-2026 budget, and another water project improves the island's water sustainability. This is St. Lucia Magazine.
It's time for St. Lucia Magazine, your monthly wrap-up.
In the top story, Prime Minister the Honorable Philip J. Pierre presented the estimates of revenue and expenditure for the fiscal year 2025-2026. In his presentation, he highlighted that this year's estimates will build on last year's budget theme, the Year of Infrastructure. Virgil Leonti tells us more.
In his New Year address to the nation earlier this year, Prime Minister Honorable Philip J. Pierre promised that major infrastructural works will be intensified throughout 2025 with significant investments in houses, seaports, airports, and roads. In laying the estimates of revenue and expenditure before the House on March 25th, the Prime Minister indicated that the largest share of the developmental portion of the budget will be allocated to the Department of Infrastructure, Ports and Roads.
The net capital expenditure will be $325,590,089. Mr. Speaker, this projected $325.6 million represents an 8.8% increase over the amount approved for 2024-2025. Of the total allocation of $325.6 million for capital expenditure, $122.8 million or 27% is proposed for the Department of Infrastructure, Ports and Transport, representing the largest share of the developmental budget.
He outlined the projects to be financed this year, which include the replacement of the Shock Bridge and various renewable energy projects.
The amount will be utilized as follows. Department of Infrastructure, Design, Finance, Construct payments, $52.4 million. Millennium Highway West Coast Road Development Project, $25.5 million. Road Maintenance and Road Improvement and Maintenance Program, $8 million. Shock Bridge Construction, $8.2 million. Renewable Energy Sector Projects, $4 million. Other infrastructure developments, including repairs to government buildings and the silting of rivers, $24.7 million. Total, $122.8 million.
The government of St. Lucia hopes to intensify the rate of pothole repair works along the island's roads. The Prime Minister said a new pothole patcher truck has been commissioned in order to expedite the pace of road rehabilitation island-wide. For St. Lucia Magazine, I am Virgil Leonti reporting.
A sponsorship ceremony was held to recognize contributors to the 2025 St. Lucia Jazz and Arts Festival. Minister for Tourism, Dr. Ernest Hilaire, underscored the value of sponsorship to the continuity of the festival. Geraldine Bassett Joseph has the details.
The ceremony, which was attended by dignitaries and officials, including Minister for Tourism, Investment, Culture and Creative Industries, the Honorable Dr. Ernest Hilaire, Chairman of the St. Lucia Tourism Authority, SLTA, Thaddeus Antoine, and CEO of the SLTA, Louis Lewis, was held on the morning of the 27th of March 2025. During his remarks, the Honourable Minister, Dr. Ernest Hilaire, spoke to the need for continued support for the festival.
We need to sometimes reflect on how critical partners are for making this festival a success. And to say to you, the partners, that we are appreciative and want to express gratitude to you for all the support that you've given over the years. And to make a special appeal to you to put even more support to the festival. And not necessarily more support to the SLTA or the Cultural Development Foundation, but also to provide more support for the community jazz festivals.
The minister continued by underlining the positive impact of community jazz on districts throughout the island.
I'm really excited this year as the community element of the festival is growing. Last year, for the first time, we had Inspiration Jazz, Hills and Valleys in Bexar, and I'm looking forward to see what will they produce this year. But we now have another venue, another community coming on with Miku Jazz coming on. And from all that I've heard, it is probably, the event to look forward to for this year in terms of the community festivals. But that is critical. And I mentioned earlier the importance of the community festivals for economic empowerment in the communities. But it is also an opportunity for community talent to also come to the fore. So now we have an opportunity, at least once a year. Of course, one can also argue equally so for Carnival. But you have an opportunity now for the best musical talent in the communities to get an opportunity to showcase their talent and almost make a case to go up to a higher level. It's an opportunity now for persons involved in song engineering and event management, decor, and all different economic activities to come to the fore.
Sponsors of this year's St. Lucia Jazz and Arts Festival include Bank of St. Lucia Limited, Lucilec, Republic Bank, DHL, and Unicoma. For St. Lucia Magazine, I am Geraldine Bisset Joseph.
The government of St. Lucia has announced a transformative project at the John Compton Dam that aims to enhance the supply of potable water to communities. More in this report. The government of St. Lucia continues to support efforts to improve water security and access. On March 21st, the Office of the Prime Minister announced the approval of a loan request by the Department of Economic Development and the Youth Economy that will help to finance the replacement of a raw water pipeline at the John Compton Dam.
Cabinet considered a memorandum dated the 23rd of February 2025, submitted by the Department of Economic Development and the Youth Economy, and approved the request for a loan application not exceeding $22,822,181 from the Caribbean Development Bank, or the CDB, to assist in financing the John Compton Dam Raw Water Pipeline Replacement Project.
The ninth water project comes on the heels of a previous John Compton Dam rehabilitation project done in conjunction with the Dennery North Water Supply Project. That project sought to excavate significant sedimentation at the dam caused by extreme weather events, which lessened the dam's storage capacity. The Pierre administration will be investing $61.56 million to finance the ninth water project that will upgrade the infrastructure at the John Compton Dam and enhance the supply of potable water to homes, businesses, and communities throughout St. Lucia. Petula Olibert reporting for St. Lucia Magazine. You're watching St. Lucia Magazine. Still to come, the Ministry of Health partners to offer free hand surgeries, and ocular specialists provide prosthetic eyes to persons in need. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
The biannual review for the Public Assistance Program PAP is quickly approaching. Starting March 3 and continuing until April 18, 2025, all PAP beneficiaries are being asked to attend to keep their support on track. The review takes place at all welfare offices across the island, Monday to Friday from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Carry along a copy of your ID, a recent bank slip, and your child or children's birth certificates and school report cards. This review ensures records are up to date, allowing for continued assistance while making room for others in need. As circumstances change, regular updates ensure the best support and a fair system for all. Mark your calendars, March 3 to April 18, 2025 for the PAP Biannual Review. Stay connected, stay supported. For more information, contact the Welfare Office at 468-5113 or email us at moeqslu@gmail.com.
Welcome back. The Ministry of Health has collaborated with the Hand Help Mission to provide free, specialized hand surgeries. Kishma Serrier has the details.
The Ministry of Health and Wellness, in partnership with Hand Help Incorporated, will offer free hand surgeries for children and adults from April 6th to the 11th. The program aims to provide surgical interventions for persons experiencing a range of hand and forearm-related conditions, many of which significantly affect daily life.
Hand Help Inc. is a charitable organization that provides hand surgery care to children and adults around the globe for the last 25 years. The team is comprised of board-certified and licensed medical professionals, including plastic surgeons, orthopedic surgeons, pediatricians, anesthesiologists, hand therapists, nurses, and surgical technicians who volunteer to provide this service. They also provide all of the necessary medical supplies and surgical equipment for the mission.
Registered persons will attend a medical review clinic on April 6 for assessment and selection.
All persons registered are required to be reviewed and scheduled by the Hand Help Medical Surgical Team on Sunday, April 6, 2025 at the Owen King AU Hospital from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. or the St. Jude Hospital from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Walk-ins will also be reviewed and scheduled. Kindly walk with any diagnostic results or medical information during those visits. The local medical and surgical teams will be working along the visiting medical team to ensure there is continuation of care after the mission.
The mission represents a vital opportunity to access surgical care free of charge and highlights the ministry's continued commitment to improving access to specialized healthcare services for all citizens. For St. Lucia Magazine, I am Kishma Seri.
In more health news, a team of eye specialists provided dozens of St. Lucians with free, custom-fitted ocular prostheses. Glenn Simon tells us more.
For many individuals living with vision loss, access to specialized care is out of their reach due to the high costs. But thanks to the Caribbean Ocularist Guild, led by Philip Bowen, dozens of St. Lucians are now receiving custom-fitted ocular prosthesis free of charge.
We're back here to start fitting more ocular prostheses for people on the island and maintaining the current devices that are here, because it's a service that's not offered by people here on the island. When it comes to the ocular devices, we're doing about $55,000 worth of work US for the people of the island.
This initiative is a game changer. Without it, patients would need to travel abroad, an expense many simply cannot afford.
So the ocularists, they are providing an important service for people who are, in St. Lucia, we say false eyes. You know, they have to use those processes, they have their eyes inoculated. And it's, these things are costly. If they have to go to the United States or other countries to access these services, it costs a lot of money. And this certainly simply, a number of our people can't afford it.
Since their arrival on the 13th of March, the team has already seen 16 patients and expects to fit around 30 by the end of their visit. In addition to crafting new prosthetic eyes, they are also maintaining over 100 existing devices for patients around the island.
This team include Americans and Canadians, and they come and they are providing the services out of their own pockets.
We're looking to make around 15 to 20 eyes based on the need, as well as we are maintaining the other devices that are here on the island. We have roughly around 100 patients here on the island.
Beyond the immediate medical benefits, the psychological impact is profound.
It's a service that's really provided in the fact of social interaction. If people don't realize somebody has a prosthetic eye, they're just going to be treated just like a regular person. If they don't have a prosthetic eye and they look slightly different, you might have to enter into a conversation that they might not necessarily want to talk about and might not feel very good for them. So it allows them to continue on with their day and basically feel as normal as possible and basically just feel really good about themselves.
In a major step forward, the team is now training a local dentist in partnership with the Ministry of Health to provide interim maintenance care between their visits.
People need to have their prostheses adjusted and cleaned and so on, so at least every 6 months and so on.
The team wraps up their work on the 23rd of March before taking a well-deserved break. Their efforts have given hope and dignity to those they serve, one prosthetic eye at a time. For the National Competitiveness and Productivity Council, Glenn Simon reporting.
The Ministry of Equity distributed food hampers in support of vulnerable families ahead of Easter celebrations. Anicia Antoine has the details.
Bringing comfort and relief ahead of the Easter season, the Ministry of Equity, Social Justice and Empowerment recently distributed hampers to vulnerable families across Choiseul, Labrie, Vieux-Fort and Micoud. This initiative, made possible through a collaborative effort between local and overseas partners, provided much-needed relief to households facing economic hardship. The hamper distribution reflects the ministry's ongoing drive to not only meet the immediate needs of the vulnerable, but also to strengthen community ties through meaningful partnerships. Welfare Officer for Choiseul, Labrie and Vieux-Fort, Michel Edward Duplessis, expressed gratitude to the many sponsors and volunteers whose contributions brought tangible relief to families.
A special thanks to you, Miss Cheryl Morgan, for the pre-Easter hampers, bringing warmth and relief to those in need. To Fenella and Lincoln St. Louis, your Christmas hampers continue to bring joy and hope each year. We also recognize Joel and family for their efforts in ensuring a welfare client now has a safe and functional home. To Vencilia Alexander, Gibson Yard, Lorraine Nicholas, your support in providing school supplies, undergarments and toiletries helps our students pursue their education with confidence. To our dedicated local sponsors, NSP Productions, Young Faith Business Place, Dr. Julie Xavier, LSM Business, Uptown Liquor and Grocery Store, Dr. Patrick Joseph, Francis Montoot, and Dr. Virginia Joseph, your unwavering support continues to make a meaningful impact.
A special acknowledgement was also extended to Marcy Latuni and Choiseul for their continued grocery donations, which have been a lifeline for many households facing food insecurity. One of the beneficiaries, Lucy Frederick, expressed her gratitude to the ministry and its partners, emphasizing that the generous donations will go a long way in helping not only her family, but that of others in need.
I thank you all, and I thank the people, thank the government that is doing so good for us, and I ask everybody, let us all bind together, love one another, enjoy one another, and by so doing, God will always help us. Let us put God in front, and He will continue to help us.
With the unwavering support of its partners, the Ministry of Equity, Social Justice and Empowerment remains focused on building hope and creating better outcomes for most vulnerable persons within the country. From the Ministry of Equity, Social Justice and Empowerment, Anicia Antoine.
Thank you. This is St. Lucia Magazine. Coming up next, retrofitting works at the Agriculture, Innovation and Technology Center are complete, and the Simply Help Foundation donates 1,000 pairs of shoes. Stay with us.
Hi, I'm Wayne Benty, school teacher and a frequent user of the IRD portal. As a teacher, I try to stay open to learning new and better ways to accomplish tasks. The IRD portal is a perfect example. I use it at least 3 times a year for filing my taxes and checking to ensure that all is accurate and properly saved. At first, I was reluctant about using the portal, but I had to follow the advice I give my students. Go ahead and give it your best shot. You'll figure it out, and I did just that. All my information stored securely. It's user-friendly, very reliable, and takes much less time than the old paper method. I gave the IRD portal an A+.
Welcome back. The retrofitting of 2 greenhouses with cutting-edge hydroponic systems was recently completed. The greenhouses will become the backbone of the new Agriculture, Innovation and Technology Center. Sarek Felix tells us more.
A 5-member technical team from Guyana has successfully completed the infrastructure for the National Agriculture, Innovation and Technology Center, marking a significant step forward in St. Lucia's drive for agricultural modernization. The project, a product of the collaboration between the Government of St. Lucia and Guyana for Agricultural Technology Adaptation and Innovation, features 2 tunnel greenhouses equipped with a nutrient film technique hydroponic system. The initiative is set to revolutionize St. Lucia's agricultural sector by integrating sustainable practices with cutting-edge hydroponic technology. The system offers a more efficient approach to farming, particularly beneficial in combating challenges posed by the dry season. Hydroponics reduces water and fertilizer waste while ensuring optimal crop growth, making it an environmental friendly and cost-effective alternative to traditional farming. The hydroponic system, an ideal solution for farmers with limited land space, allowing them to maximize productivity in small areas. With the completion of this facility, the Ministry of Agriculture now has a powerful tool to educate and showcase to the local farmers the tangible benefits of hydroponics farming. Lead hydroponics technician Khalil Benjamin emphasized that this innovation is expected to improve food security and economic resilience within the agricultural sector by using less water and fertilizer while yielding higher productivity.
Yes, so today we've finished the project. The two both tunnel houses are completed, and with the hydroponic system. This will be a great benefit to the St. Lucian people, right? Hydroponic, it's not a new technique. It has been over here for 2,000 to 3,000 years. It's a very old technology. But what we did was we refined the technique, and we did it, it's called precision agriculture. Because what we're doing, we're not wasting fertilizers, right? We're not wasting fertilizers, we're not wasting water especially, right? In a system, like if you have say we have an area like as we have 32 by 100 feet, you may use about 450 gallons of water per day, right, on your crop. With this hydroponic system, you use that actually every 3 weeks, right? So when we go, we know we have St. Lucia have dry periods to go into, so that can be a great benefit for the farmer. So you can always have no shortage of production through that system.
The two tunnel greenhouses have a combined capacity of growing over 2,600 plants, with one greenhouse supporting 1,425 plants and the other 1,200. This advancement signifies a transformative step towards modern, technology-driven farming in St. Lucia, fostering increased efficiency, sustainability, and resilience in food production.
This, what we have here today, is an NFT system. So NFT is called a nutrient film technique, which just means a thin film of water is running on the root of the plant. All right? The system is a recyclable system. So it goes from 30 feet in length, and it comes back up again on a pump. Right? We also have an air stone to create oxygen for the system. So everything is in place, every parameter is in place and checked. We also have filters on the system to ensure that there's no clogging or anything that happens to the system. So you need to maintain that as well, right? So we have today we have the school kids. So we want to do an introduction with them too as well.
The successful completion of this initiative highlights the strengthening of agricultural ties between St. Lucia and Guyana, showcasing regional cooperation in the adoption of advanced farming technologies. As the facility becomes operational, it is expected to serve as a model for the future of agriculture in the region, empowering local farmers with innovative techniques to enhance food production and sustainability. From the Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries, Food Security and Rural Development, I am Zarek Felix reporting.
The Simply Help Foundation collaborates to donate to vulnerable individuals. Alicia Antoine reports.
Thank you, Lord, for your blessings on me.
Taking a meaningful step towards supporting vulnerable communities, the Ministry of Equity, Social Justice and Empowerment recently received a donation of 1,000 pairs of shoes from the Simply Help Foundation, facilitated through the Embassy of the Republic of China, Taiwan. The shipment, aimed at providing essential support to vulnerable individuals, underscores the ongoing collaboration between St. Lucia and Taiwan in advancing social welfare initiatives. In a brief handover ceremony, Ambassador of the Republic of China Taiwan to St. Lucia, Her Excellency Nicole Su, officially presented the donation to Minister for Equity, Social Justice and Empowerment, Honorable Joachim Henry, highlighting Taiwan's long-standing friendship and partnership with St. Lucia and emphasizing that the contribution is another step in the shared mission of social empowerment.
The aim of the foundation is to assist the underprivileged children, individuals, and households to gain a better quality of life. As a partner of this goodwill operation, the government of the Republic of China Taiwan began our collaboration with the foundation and has been assisting the sea freight for these goods to be coming here to St. Lucia. Through the kind assistance of the Ministry of Equity during the past 2 years alone, 3 20-foot containers of clothes, shoes, toys, and daily essentials had been handed over.
Minister Henry expressed gratitude for the timely donation, referencing the classic gospel hymn, "Thank you, Lord, for your blessing on me," to illustrate the impact of such acts of kindness.
In the refrain, it says, "There's a roof up above me. I've got a good place to sleep. There's food on my table and shoes on my feet. You gave me your love, Lord, and a fine family. Thank you, Lord, for your blessings on me." In the words of this song capture the essence of social protection. It captures our strength. It captures everything we are. And of course, it captures what we hear during today in receiving shoes. Because many, many years ago, some people found reason to say thank God for shoes on my feet.
The Ministry of Equity, Social Justice and Empowerment remains dedicated to ensuring that the donation reaches individuals and families facing economic hardships as it continues its broader mission to provide social support and upliftment. From the Ministry of Equity, Social Justice and Empowerment, Anicia Antoine.
The St. Lucia Blind Welfare Association receives learning assistive devices to complement student learning. Glenn Simon has the details.
For visually impaired students in St. Lucia, access to assistive technology can mean the difference between struggling in class and thriving academically. On March 19th, the St. Lucia National Conservation Fund officially handed over a set of specialized learning devices to the St. Lucia Blind Welfare Association, fulfilling a request made through the Ministry of Education. Craig Henry is the CEO of the St. Lucia National Conservation Fund.
I'm happy that we are able to do this today, to do the official handover of the equipment. And of course, we are hoping that it's going to make a marked difference in the lives of the students who are going to be using them. The devices that were requested were in an effort to really provide the extra support for remote learning for students who would have had challenges in attending in-person classes, but also who had limited access to computers that would allow them to do their classes online and so on and so forth.
The donation includes high-tech braille devices and magnifiers, which will enable students to engage more effectively in their studies, whether at primary, secondary, or tertiary level. Mr. Raymond Thompson, National Coordinator for the Vision Education Services Program of the St. Lucia Blind Welfare Association, said the devices will positively impact the lives of students and teachers.
It is always good when we can find the technology that will assist our students in their learning and to enable them to be the best they can be.
The St. Lucia National Conservation Fund is best known for its work in environmental conservation, but as part of its broader mission, it also supports marginalized communities. The organization raises funds through international donors and local partnerships to drive impactful initiatives.
The St. Lucia National Conservation Fund is an entity that was created for St. Lucia and for St. Lucians.
With assistive technology in hand, these students now have a better chance at academic success. The St. Lucia Blind Welfare Association hopes that this initiative will inspire more organizations to step forward to support the visually impaired community.
But because the market is not so large for these devices, they come at a cost. They are very costly. And I would imagine having one of these devices would be in the region of about $5,000 US. So it is not something that is easily accessible.
The presentation was made at the offices of the St. Lucia Blind Welfare Association. For the National Competitiveness and Productivity Council, Glenn Simon reporting.
With this, we come to the end of St. Lucia Magazine. Thank you to all who contributed to the production of this program, the National Television Network, the GIS team, and the communications officers at the various ministries. And thank you, our viewers, for joining us on NTN Channel 122 and the social media pages of the Government of St. Lucia. I am Petula Olibert. Until next time, stay informed, stay engaged, as we look forward to more positive developments in the coming week.